Alright, I thought it was time to do a little knife show, knife collection here. I've never done one of these before. I've done a bunch of videos for individual knives, but I thought I'd, pull back the curtain and show you what my experience has been with a bunch of these knives. Started off, at the $20, $30, $50 range on Amazon, and, getting a bunch of Kershaws and eventually discovered Spyderco and Benchmade. It's just a nice little eclectic mix here. When I started, you could get a lot of these on Amazon, including the Kershaw Speed Safe spring-assisted openings. And then I started to see more restricted items, and Amazon sort of put the ban on spring-assisted. There were some laws that were passed a couple years ago that now a spring-assisted knife is considered an automatic or a switchblade in New York, which rendered a lot of these knives useless for me. Not only can you not get them on Amazon, but I won't carry them outside the house. They've been demoted to yard duties and work stuff and whatever. Not work at work, but work around the house. I won't take them out of the house. And now, recently, I'm seeing more and more bans on Amazon for simple folders. And, for instance, I was looking at what was I looking at today? It was, the Griptilian. Not a spring-assisted knife by any means. That's banned now. And a lot of the simple folders, like I think the Little Native by Spyderco, that's banned. And these are not illegal knives by size. I mean, the Little Native's, I think, 2 inches, the blade. And I really don't understand. So they're really cracking down. So, it's a shame because I have Amazon points and their returns are easy. So now I guess I'll just do Blade HQ. Anyway, let's start the show. This is the Spyderco bag. I love it. I have a little hook there that hooks on to the hook in the bag, and I throw it on the back of my closet door. Just great. 4 tiers. I think they have another one that's half the size, or one that's double the size anyway. I categorize by size of knife. The largest ones, heavy duty, bulkiness, are at the bottom, and then it goes to the smaller EDCs at the top. So at the bottom, I won't go through everything. This is a fixed blade that I had this for, I don't know, probably 20 years. I don't even know what it is, but it's just, a diver knife, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. It's really very weird, but for sentimental reasons, I keep it in there. I've always wanted a karambit, and then once I got one that fit all the criteria that I needed, which was Emerson opener in the right position, so when it sits in the pocket, you can easily grab it, and then it deploys like that, and you're ready for action. And then I got it, and I realized it scared the shit out of me. And then I just kept it in here. But good around the house, I guess. Whatever. I've always been into butterflies. I don't use them at all. I just keep them in here. This guy was left out in the rain several years ago. Purchased at I think in Lake Placid. One of those stores that you can kind of get everything. But I don't really use these. Another cheap butterfly. $10, I think. The ZT350. Awesome, beast, heavy as hell, great for around the yard, spring assisted, so I can't use it outside of the house. I won't take it out. It's also just way too heavy, but really, really awesome knife. Very popular. This guy, I did a review on this guy. I'm not sure you can even get him on Amazon anymore, but I use this when we're walking the dog for safety. Has a glass breaker on the end. Really slippery. But just kind of really cool. Looks like a samurai sword. The Kershaw Cryo. One of the biggest pieces of crap I ever bought and wish I could return. Not only is it a tank, but it's just really, the frame lock gets jammed. You really give it a good... Look at that. It's jammed in there. It's like almost 100% lock up there. Really tough. I hate this thing. Moving on to the second tier, the Spyderco Tenacious. One of my favorites. I love these CRKTs. The whole line. I eventually want to get the whole thing. John Williams, awesome. Has that switch so you can make it a fixed, so to speak. It locks the release so that it cannot be folded. Really, really cool design. Not very ergonomic. This thing feels terrible in the hand. It's so the finger choil's so low. It really makes it difficult, and it's square and really ugly to hold. But awesome, awesome knife. I really love the samurai stuff. And deep carry. The Kershaw Fatback. Man, this is deep carry perfection right there. Look at that. It rises above the hilt of the knife. Hilt? The butt? It rises above the butt of the knife for complete concealment. I love that deep carry. I don't really like the knife much. It's kind of a cool idea, but ugly as sin. I do love, look at that jimping on the flipper. Look at that thing. There's no mistaking. With gloves or not, this thing, you can catch this 100% of the time. Spring assisted and rather large blade on that guy. Look at that finger choil or whatever. I don't really get flippers anymore. Now that I've been on a Spyderco kick and Benchmade or whatever, mainly Spyderco, I can't touch their flippers. They're way too expensive for me. But Kershaw, you know, I don't really buy Kershaws anymore either, or even CRKTs for that matter. Sort of graduated from that, but not to say I wouldn't buy another one. Automatic, the Kalashnikov. I've tried to collect all the famous, you know, must-have knives. This guy is like a 4.9 out of 5, this thing. One of my favorites. Of course, I don't take it out of this case. I don't even carry it around the house because of the automatic nature. But again, deep carry perfection right there. The weight of this is perfect. Not too light, not too heavy. The blade, I don't care about metals really. I'll say it's fine with me. And the ergonomics, oh, the jimping, everything is perfect about this knife, except for one thing. That damn sharpening choil. This is the non-auto version of it. There's also a version with a push button that's non-automatic that you can convert. I had that, but didn't see a need for it. A tank, though. Way too heavy. And not the same size as that guy. Just a little bit bigger. But this is I did a review on the whole Kalashnikov. Well, most of the entire lineup. There's another video for that. 74. Not to mention, I will put links to some of these you can't get them anymore, but most of the knives here, I'll throw in the link below the description. Kit opens like, it's not assisted, it's just a manual folder, but it opens with authority. Listen to that. Man. Too big to carry. This is the Barstow, Kershaw Barstow. I love those blue anodized spacers. Deep carry, perfection on that guy as well. I really have to hand it to Kershaw for their deep carriness. I love that deep carry. Really, really cool looking dagger knife. Awesome. Not practical for me, but, you know, just a really cool looking knife. Blood groove right there. Kershaw Barstow. The Benchmade bug out. I love it. Probably 30% in my pocket. Everyday carry. Love this guy. Just got black G10 scales for it. Looking forward to that mod. Enough has been said about that guy. One of my very first, the Kershaw Brawler. This guy's seen some use. Had him for a while, and then obviously spring assisted's illegal, so I won't carry it. But you know, cool. A lot of reviews out there on that guy. I did a review on this one, the CRKT Mah Journeyer, whatever. Really, really cool spear-like design. The screw head in there really makes it difficult getting in and out of the pocket. Love that deep carry. Look at that thing. Ooh. It's also very difficult to open. There's no thumb stud. There's no hole. It's just kind of like you have to really, yeah, Takes some effort there, but I love how you can just choke up on that blade. Really, really cool. I know this is probably hard if you see something in here that you want me to get to and you're waiting for it. I guess you could skip ahead. Love this thing. This guy's in my pocket a lot. And I don't remember the model, but it's on the screen. And, oh, there it is, 6740 LBLK. Kershaw. This guy's got some dirt on it. It's kind of a beater. No deep carry. It's the Kershaw Emerson collaboration with the Emerson Wave. I really like this wave a lot because you really have to be intentional when you want this thing to deploy from your pocket, as opposed to the Delica wave, which catches every time you pull it out. This guy, you don't really have to worry about accidentally deploying it if you want to take this out of your pants at the end of the day. You have to be intentional, so I love it. Really, really cool. A little bit on the heavy side. I wish they made those liners a little bit thinner, but not the liners, the handles. There's really no need for them to be that thick. I think one's thicker than the other. Yeah, it is. I don't know why. If they made the top or the left part of the handle, the left handle as thin as the right, maybe that's why it just feels so thick. But really cool. I'm not a big fan of disc openers, but, you know, it is what it is. A good beater wave knife, and cheap at that. The Skyline, something that really deserves more attention in my pocket. Really, really awesome knife. Non-assisted, manual, light as hell. Awesome. Big blade, though. Really, really big for me to carry, especially at work. And also, the non-deepness carry of this thing is hideous. I know you can get clips for them, deep carry clips, but this guy, like, man, if this was deep carry, it would be 5 out of 5. Absolutely. Opens quick from the thumb stud there. And, of course, you just need a little bit of jerking to get that to open. But, yeah, it's also shiny, too. I like all black. I don't like to advertise what's in my pocket, so that's another knock for this guy. But, man, really should wear this more often. Probably what's in my pocket 99% of the time. My Delica wave. Delica 4 wave. Awesome. Really, really awesome. A 4.9 out of 5 in my opinion. I just don't like lockbacks. It's just difficult to close them. Really, really. What an awesome size. I just got the Endura 4 wave, but that thing scared the crap out of me. It was just way too big and cut myself twice right after opening it. So I returned it, but really, really cool. Again, wish deep carry. That's another knockoff of this guy, but I mean, this guy's in my pocket all the time. It dethroned the bug out there. Tie clips, not a knife. This guy, this guy's my only OTF. Cheap novelty gag on Amazon, believe it or not. They don't sell it anymore, so don't look for it. But an actual OTF. OTFs scare the crap out of me, too. And they're just way too expensive. I'd love to get a Microtech, but can't afford it. And they just scare me, really. So I use this for opening letters and packages and stuff. Aluminum. Really cool. This blade disengages all the time. You know. You could, like, pop a balloon. It'll go through a tissue, but that's about it. Really fun to play with. Being obsessed with the Kalashnikov line, I got the Mini Auto Tonto blade on that one. Really, really cool. Little guy. High-pitched kick. This was a pure impulse buy. Gerber something. I was taken by the deep carry and just how mini it is. And really cool, melts in your pocket. Not a fan of the clip. It's really hard to get in and out of your pocket because the indent on the clip rests inside of one of those little cutouts. I think this is aluminum. No, it's G nylon, some type of nylon, maybe G10. However, because that clip rests right in the hole, my pants get torn up and really, really difficult If they just made it where it was in like, you know, in between them, it'd be a rock solid performer, but I just don't carry this guy at all. I should. Yeah, this is good. You know, you go on a trip, a road trip, you need something, you don't care if you lose it. Whatever kind of deal. It's got a flipper. Kershaw shuffle. Bottle opener. Deepish carry. Glass breaker, screwdriver kind of deal. Cool. But once I realized that I could open bottles with my wave, that's another reason why I keep it in my pocket. Never know when you're going to need a bottle opener. The Kershaw leak is something that I really also deserves more time in my pocket. This thing is awesome. It deploys with authority. Listen to that thing. Oh, God. I always thought the blade was very thin, a little too thin on this. I was always afraid of breaking it. A good gentleman's knife, I think that's what people call it. All black, awesome. Aluminum handles on that. This is the clip from the Cryo, I believe, that the bolt patterns do not match up. One does. The other one is held in there with crazy glue, believe it or not. But at least I could get some deep carry-ish when I used to wear it at work, but because it's assisted, I don't. I like that it has both the flipper and the thumb stud. Thumb stud opens fast. Anyway, too fast to see on this camera. Faster than the 30 frames per second that I'm using. So yeah, it's a little bit deeper carry. The original clip on this is it's really terrible. Half the knife sticks up out of your pocket. It makes it really feel weird. Has a lock on it. How cool is that? You don't really see that. Okay. A novelty, something I've always wanted. The Italian stiletto. This thing kicks open like crazy. I think it's a must-have. Not practical by any use, but makes an awesome letter opener. Awesome. A thrusting knife. Not meant for any type of actual utility work. The play on this thing is obscene and not even adjustable. They're all rivets. You could hear it. It's crazy. But traditionally used, you know, you've West Side Story, you know, tie your hands together. Used for thrusting. A recent purchase, the Kershaw something, and I was taken by the pry bar at the end. I thought this would make a really good addition to my garage as a garage beater. Look at that handle, jimping on the handle. This thing is solid. A great garage knife, non-assisted. I also love the blade. I love sheepfoot blades. I love them. I really do. I miss my Benchmade Griptilian, which, if you probably noticed, is not in this collection. I'm going to pick another one up. I'm probably going to get the mini, but I love the Griptilian sheep's foot with the hole, the Spidey hole. Awesome. Heavy. This guy's really heavy. Great garage beater. Really cool. All right, that's it. Probably taking up too much of your time already. More to come, I'm sure. I've always said, once I max out the bag, then, you know, my addiction has finally taken the final turn there. I have a couple more spots left, but, you know, then I'd probably have to get rid of some to fill it in, because, you know, these things are expensive. Well, some of them anyway. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Subscribe, please. And write me a message. Write me a comment. Thanks, everyone.